Terrence are even talking about it. Well, all we know is that we all know the word Akwaaba, which is warm, inviting, and instantly recognized across the globe. I'm sorry, man, across the globe as the Ghanaian word for welcome. But now, new wave is rising. Well, for now, there is a new wave that is actually rising. Well, some are suggesting that we swap Akwaaba for Oobake. Actually, the word is Oobake. Yes, the Ga expression for welcome. Now, the big conversation on the show today is, should Ghana stick to Akwaaba, which has become almost a national brand, or embrace Oobake, a way of honoring linguistic diversity and giving the Ga heritage its rightful space in the Ghanaian cultural identity? Well, today, this is the big conversation we'll be having on the show. We shall explore the history, we shall explore the culture, we shall also explore the emotions and the tourism impacts behind this particular debate. Well, I want to hear from you wherever you're listening to me from. What do you think? Should Ghana project, or should Ghana, whatever, should we project this? Should it be Akwaaba or Oobake? Or maybe even both? Well, stay tuned to the show. We shall go into this conversation. I have a lot of people that have actually expressed their opinions on this matter, and I shall be joined very soon and by very, very, very important people. On the show today, I'll be having a very wonderful woman who would express her opinions and share her ideas with me. I also have two gentlemen who also do same. So the show is actually packed. You know, we have a lot of things to talk about. 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Tell everybody. And of course, most people are asking me, okay, so what should I do? So yeah, you can send your information to me on X at Papani1 at Papani. Papa is spelled P-A-P-A-H-N-I-I, and I'll be so excited to read your comments as well on the show. Saturday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Tell everybody. Well, I actually do have a lot of things to do today, so without wasting much time, I want to go for my first spot of music. When I come back, I would go into my destination deep dive and also talk to you about some very important historical something. And then after that, we'll go into the conversation, and I would be very happy to introduce those who will be helping me doing this with you.
You're tuned in to Z 101.9 FM, your lifestyle, leisure, and business radio.
Where the dust rises, the kings are made. No throne, no roof, just a shadows shed. Brick by brick, we built from pain. Under the street lights, we carve our name. The horns blow loud, they sing our vibes. We chase the dawn through endless nights. Street card on my head, I'm staying real. Every scar's a barge, every wound will heal. They can't break me, no, they never will. Street card on my head, I'm made of steel. Street card on my head, I'm
Ghana, if you're in Ghana and you don't love this song, then there's a particular problem with you, man. I mean, no matter the problem you have with Shatta Wale, this song is Charlie. It's too powerful. Charlie, streets crown on my head. Charlie, I am made of steel. Every wound will heal. They can't break me. Shatta Wale. Oh, I actually love this song, man. Well, welcome back to Z101.9 FM. My name is Nyai Solomon, and you're actually listening to Roots and Routes on Z101.9 FM. But today our big conversation is, should Ghana change the word Akwaaba and actually replace it with Oobake? I mean, this conversation has been going on social media for the last, 3 or 4 days? Well, it so happened that the Gamanche actually received some delegations or something, and on social media or on Twitter, we saw that he told them that, you know what, the way we say welcome in Ghana is Oobake. And as a result, a lot of people have picked this up and it's trending everywhere. I'm also told that a blogger also went to the Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum and saw Wezon and Akwaaba over there and said, well, once we have Oobake said by the Gans, why shouldn't we actually go by that? Now, the Greater Accra Regional Minister also on her X also actually put out some information that I would like to read before we go into our conversation today. And this is coming from Honorable Linda Obenenwa Akwele Oklu. She said, I wish to address the ongoing public discourse concerning the proposed substitution of Akwaaba with Oobake at the Kotoka International Airport and the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. The Ga people are the custodians of the land on which our capital stands and have every right to raise legitimate concerns about the preservation and promotion of their language and cultural identity. As minister, I remain fully committed to ensuring that our cultural heritage, traditions, and linguistic legacy are respected, protected, and preserved for generations to come. At the same time, I must emphasize that Ghana is a nation built on unity and diversity. Our strength lies in coexistence of various ethnic groups whose values and traditions enrich our national identity. Just as the concerns of the Ga people are important, so too would the voices of the Ashanti, the Ewe, and all other ethnic groups could be treated with equal seriousness should they raise legitimate matters in the interest of national harmony. I was married to an Ewe, and my children proudly bear Ewe names. My own family reflects the diversity that makes Ghana unique, and I stand firmly against any interpretation that seeks to pit one ethnic group against the other. As someone will as someone with close family ties to other ethnic communities, I firmly against any form of tribalism and division. This government is here to work and serve all the people and serve the people of Ghana without biases. And decisions concerning matters of culture and heritage must therefore be made with sensitivity, broad consultation, and national interest at heart. In this regard, I assure all stakeholders that government will engage widely, listen attentively, and pursue a balanced approach that harnesses the Ga-Adangbe heritage while safeguarding the unity and inclusivity that define us as Ghanaians. Let's be clear. The preservation of Ga culture is not in opposition to national cohesion. Rather, it's an integral part of a collective identity. Together, we shall continue to uphold our cultural heritage while promoting unity, peace, and development across our beloved nation. So, well, we do have a lot of things to talk about today, and joining me on the show today, we would have some people also sharing their opinions. We will have Dr. Lorna Kanko Edudebra. She is a very amazing woman. She will share her views with us as well. We'd also have the Oobake Juwonunovo, all of which will be joining us via telephone to have this conversation about this big issue. I have a lot of comments on Twitter as well to read, on X to read as well, and some people are also sending me comments. There's so much messages to read, but we'll go into that. Before then, I would like to play a voice note that was sent to me by a friend who also wants to express his opinion on this matter. His name is Ni Saki.
Thank you very much, my brother Niai, and for this opportunity. Unfortunately, I can't be in the studio with you, but I'm happy that I still get to get my voice heard. My name is Nisaki, and good afternoon to your listeners. And I believe that I have a few things to say, which will contribute positively to this conversation. First off, I think that I have actually been through quite a few emotional, should I say trauma? I don't know if it's a proper word to use, but I have, okay, let's say that in trying to send this submission, I'm trying as much as possible to keep a very calm head. Very, very calm head in this, because Charlie Sanjay Kume, it makes your heart boil, and some of the comments and where the things are coming from. I think it's most unfortunate that we're having this discussion this way, because I don't even think that this thing should be an issue. First off, let's look at a few things here. Look, we've had to open up our region. If you look at the Greater Accra region, it's actually one of the smallest. Okay, if not the smallest. Yeah, you are a tour guide, so I believe when it comes to these statistics, you will know better. We've had to open up our region, the Greater Accra region, as a, what do you call it, as a national capital, and we've had to accommodate everybody, and you mean everybody. Even the governments, where a lot of the lands are government lands, they've taken it for, of course, national stuff. And because we understand. You understand? And it's all we've also had to open up for all kinds of businessmen and all of that, people to come and investors from all walks of life, and all of that is going on right here in the capital. And our hospitable nature doesn't we are not people who, let me borrow an account word. You understand what mean? No. So I find it very very painful that we've gotten to this point and this has come up. Okay, well, I think that
you're tuned in to Z 101.9 FM, your lifestyle, leisure, and business radio.
Well, welcome back to Z 101.9 FM. Well, that's That is a voice note from Nisaki. Nisaki is a playwright, is an actor, and he's also expressing his opinion on this matter. But on the show, I am just connected online with two amazing people. We have Lorna Edudebra Kanko and WK Jiwanu Novel. Wolinam Jiwanu Novo is actually a PhD candidate at the University of Ghana, African Studies. And then also Lorna is a PhD. She has a PhD, and I'm very excited to connect with them to have this conversation. So welcome, lady and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr.
Okay, so let's start the conversation. You, Lorna, I think both of you are people who know Accra very well. I'm sure most of you grew up in Accra and everything. But did you know the word Oobake?
All right. Before I start, I would like to say a very good afternoon to your cherished listeners. I think the week has been an interesting one. Just as you said, have I heard Oobake?
Oobake.
Before?
Oobake.
Before.
Oobake. Yeah.
Interestingly, I was I think just this morning I was speaking to a friend, and I was saying that for 30 years, on and off, but for the past 20 years, I've been fully in Accra, and I actually have not heard the word Oobake before. So it goes into the conversation going around where people are thinking that the word itself did not exist or something like that. But if you look at it from a different angle, the fact that people have not heard the word before give credence to the need or to the request of the Ghana people for the word to be used or to be included when it comes to welcoming our visitors in Accra. Because this is a Ghana land. And the word welcome in Ghana, I have been in Accra for 30 years, and I don't know much about it. So on the flip side, I think there's a conversation we must have there.
Okay.
And it's an interesting conversation.
Okay, yeah. We'll go into the conversation. Let me take your view, Weli Nam. What do you think?
So I mean, this is the first time I'm hearing the word Oobake.
The word is the singular is Oobake. If it's a lot of people, you say Nyebake. I think that's some education I got recently, and the response is Oyewaladon.
Okay. This is the first time I'm actually hearing.
But you speak Ghana impeccably. Oh, I can Oobake.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. But I have not, come across the word within the context in which we want to use it now.
Okay.
But you see, I feel that, well, this is Accra, this is Gamami. And so, yes, it makes sense to use Oobake as, a welcoming signage for people who come to the country. But then again, I ask myself, for the past 60-something years or so, didn't we know this? Did we not know this? Now, we are living in a country where Akan is a very dominant language. One, it is arboreally dominant. It is. If you go to the north right now, you meet 4 or 5, and you can't speak the northern language. You can't speak Fafra, Dagomba, Kusal, and so on and so forth. When you speak Twi, you meet 4 or 5 people who can speak Twi and help you navigate the area. When it comes to the Volta region, you can't speak Anglo, you can't speak Wadoma, you can't speak Tong, that's the kind of their languages. Somebody will speak Twi. That is not to say that our languages are not important, but it should draw our attention to the fact that we are doing a bad job of, making the what's the word, nationally accepted local languages, and so they don't get far. So if the Ghanaians want to say that we should use Oobake as the welcome to Accra, they have a right. It's not. I personally, I don't see anything wrong with it. But my issue is, why have we waited this long? And we make it. We instead of looking at it from the perspective of maybe, if I stand corrected, tourism, from the perspective of, what is the word? Decolonizing knowledge or what's not.
Yeah.
Why have we waited for so long?
Yeah.
For us to say this. Now, if you look at look at the population of Accra right now,
yeah,
I'm sure every language in Ghana is represented in Accra.
Right.
Okay. So I think that probably we need to have a conversation about this, and we don't need to put in resources and whatnot, but we just need to have a conversation about it.
Yeah. I'm seeing a post by KGH on X, and it says that Akan may be the most widely spoken Ghanaian language, and the one that most foreigners connect with our culture, but that should never come at the expense of an indigenous languages. The fix is simple: redesign the sign like this: Oobake, Akwaaba. Welcome. What do you think about what Kay is saying?
I think that is a very astute way of calming nerves, because some people are culturally very sensitive.
Yeah.
And so to appease them, I think that is not bad, so that people can look at welcome within different perspectives and within different cultures. Well, I think I agree with him when he says it that way. But then my only question is, why wait for this long? And why do you put this, out on people? Why do you just surprise us with this?
I think that there is even a bigger conversation there. I may be wrong, but I feel the Ga state itself hasn't been well organized over the years. There's been a lot of chieftaincy disputes over the years, and in recent time we have seen that the Gans are beginning to. People are beginning to organize themselves very well. There is now a recognized Gamanche, and that is actually where these conversations are going to, because this started from the Gamanche, who I think had a delegation and told them that this is how we say welcome in the Ga language, and then people started picking up on it, and it blew up on social media. Lorna?
Yes, you are very right. I think that is the root of the whole issue. Now, I remember when we were young in the primary and those days JSS, most schools in Accra were studying Ga.
Yeah.
Yes, we're studying Ga, and Ga was popular then. It wasn't like today that even you see Ga people and then they are speaking Tree or English. Those days it was very prevalent in Accra, the Ga itself, because we were learning it in our schools. I don't know, along the way, I don't know what happened. And I think that it will maybe be to the fact that the Ga seems to be a bit disorganized when it comes to their activities, in terms of their traditions, their values, look at their festivals and everything. So in a sense, I think that the Gans, in a way, they themselves must be blamed in a way for this. And I'm quite happy that they are now sitting up and trying to put in measures. All right, because currently it's still an issue. You go to schools. I have a colleague who wanted his children to learn Ga, and they were even finding it difficult to get a teacher to teach them in Ga. So finally, they had to move the children to a school in Teshi. You see how the whole thing is going. So yeah. I think that, as the other guest said, William said, there is a big conversation, and it must start not from this Oobake issue. And like he also said, it shouldn't have been just dropped on us at once. I think people would have been okay if they entered the arrival hall at Sukuka, and then they saw welcome Akwaaba, Oobake, or Wezo and I don't think they would have been why are you but just at least at once removing the Akwaaba and then saying that we should now replace it with Oobake. That is where the problem is. But I think that it's a good call. and I'm happy that Ghana people are, waking up to it. But we shouldn't do it such a way to destroy the unity we have in the country.
Okay. I mean, picking up from where Lorna just ended, William, what do you think? Do you think that this can actually raise some maybe ethnic tension or something between the different ethnic groups we have in Ghana? Because in Ghana, we speak over 50 languages.
Look, Accra is cosmopolitan. Like I said earlier, everybody is represented here, from the Ga to the Ewa to the Frafra to the Dagomba to the Kusao to the Mampusi, to look at the amount of language speakers we have here. I think that we should actually use this to boost the vitality of our languages and indeed some minority languages. I mean, we should not look at this. Personally, I think that it's a triviality to be bickering about Oobake. It is Ga. If the Ga will say Oobake, it's Oobake. Well, you can tell that, well, maybe because internationally, when the foreigners come into the country, we teach them to speak Twi, and so it is only prudent that we add Akwaaba to Oobake and say in Ga we say Oobake. But because Accra is cosmopolitan, we can say Akwaaba, and because it's also cosmopolitan, you can say it's Wezon and so on and so forth. You understand? But we should look at the fact that, like Lorna mentioned, people are struggling to teach their children languages. In Accra, how do you struggle to teach your children Ga in Accra? These are the things we should look at, so that the languages that are gradually being pushed into oblivion can actually be researched, so that those languages keep being relevant within our society. Otherwise, you realize that because language is powerful, if you forget to teach your children language, the language of the land, they forget the traditions of the people. They forget the ways of life of the people. They go somewhere and they do things and they think it is right, but because they don't know their language, they say what shouldn't be said. So this is supposed to be opened, for a wider discussion. Let us not dwell on the trivialities of Oobake and Akwaaba and whatnot. Let's look at the fact that Accra is cosmopolitan. When people are writing BEC in Accra, some people write P, some people write Ga, some people write other languages. Yeah. But when you go to the Volta region and are schooling there, you write in Ewa. If you are in Angwa, you write Ewa. If you are in Baduma, you write Baduma. And so
why can't all the schools in Accra, for example, writing BEC should write Ga? Because you're schooling in Accra, so the language of the town is, I'm sure if you're schooling in an Nzima land, you definitely are going to learn in Nzima.
And I think we should open it up. We should open it up to the extent that we are bordered by countries that speak French. But the question is, how are we treating our French speaking? Because in the long run, you see, we are in a society where conflicts may arise as a result of A, B, and C. But if you are a Ghanaian and you can speak impeccable French, right? Maybe our colonizers who are Spanish and Danish, we learn their languages. Imagine if you meet people out there, you can easily express yourself and sometimes navigate yourself out of trouble because you understand the contrast.
So then we should even be excited about this, that we are learning something new. We are getting a new vocabulary that we are adding to the already existing one. So this shouldn't even be a big problem at all.
At all. I think some people are naturally.
But let's even
love their culture too much.
Let's elevate the conversation a little bit. I mean, over the years, a lot of tourists that arrives in this country know about Akwaaba. Imagine this word Akwaaba is being changed, especially in Accra, so that all the major tourist sites and signages we have in the country, in the city of Accra, it's all Oobake. Now, how would this impact? Do you think that it would impact tourism? Let me start from you, Lorna.
Well, I don't think that it is going to impact tourism really in any significant way, because I believe firmly that there are so many reasons why people come to Ghana to visit and all of that. Others for education, others for the culture, others for business. There are so many reasons.
Yeah.
And I don't know anyone who says he's coming to Ghana because when you enter Ghana, there's Akwaaba, the Araba Hall. I doubt. I stand to be corrected. So I don't think that it's going to affect tourism that much. In any case, the Akwaaba was taught to our tourists. They learned it at a point in time.
Yeah.
As I said, the first time I came to Accra was 89. And that time, the Akwaaba wasn't popular that much. Until we started having calendars with this, there was these two twins ladies who had dressed and were holding calabash with Akwaaba, and that word became popular.
Yeah.
So along the line, we learned it. We and our tourists all learned it to use the Akwaaba. It can also, the Oobake can also be learned.
So
my issue is a lot of people place their value in terms of their tribes or their culture.
Yeah.
So anytime you do something that, in a way, seems to affect their way of life or the value they place in their culture, then they are up in arms. Because, like William said, I think it makes sense that we learn something new.
Yeah.
Because it's inclusivity that is going to help us, not just sticking to one. All right. Even though the Akan is a popular language and it's easier to learn than most of the Ghanaian languages, it does not devalue the other languages and what they stand for.
Yeah.
Yes. So there's nothing wrong if we learn all. So I think that it should be included, not to be taken. They shouldn't take the Akwaaba and replace it with Oobake. We should also understand that Accra is now, let's say, for all of us as Ghanaians,
cosmopolitan. Everybody is here.
Yes, it's not only for the Ghanaians. But then the land belongs to the Ghanaians. So we should give them some concession. We must pay homage to the land.
Yeah.
So I think there should be inclusiveness and not taking it out.
Yeah. And from what you've just said, William, before you come in, I've just realized that, I mean, if I work with the Art and Craft Center at Art Center, this is like a big business opportunity for me, from what Dr. Lorna just said, because it means that create some more merchandise using Oobake. Create some more merchandise using, because now the word has been trending for over a week now. So create some more merchandise using Oobake, and all your tourists that comes to the art center, start selling these merchandise to them. Say, oh, you're in Accra. The people of Accra says Oobake, and all of that. What do you think in terms of the tourism potential? Would this actually impact tourism?
Yeah, I think this is a ripe opportunity for us to sell an aspect of our culture that has been glaring at us in the face and we have not seen it.
Yeah, and because if you look at the AI-generated pictures people have created on social media, it's so beautiful. The women dressing like Willoughby, with the nyanya on their neck. It's really nice. Yeah.
So I think that if we are smart enough, we should let people understand that in Accra, we say Oobake, and then look at the financial implications that we can, garner from this. Look at the cultural, richness that we can, promote from this, so that now when people hear Oobake, they will begin to investigate the etymology of the word. They begin to ask questions about who does the word belong to? Why do they say this? Now, one for research, researchers are now going to investigate and, further problematize Oobake as what it is, when you say it, when you don't say it, who it is related to, why do you say, and so on and so forth. Now, when it comes to merchandising, people can brand, as we are speaking, I'm sure somebody somewhere thinking that, let me come up with a clothing line called Oobake. And if this, resonates with the people, look at the financial implication of this for government, for the people involved. So I think that let us look at this carefully, and probably look at it from a point where we see it as what is the word? We see that something we can leverage, to boost Ghana in general, boost the Ghana people, promote tourism, generate income, and create opportunities for people within academia, within industry, and so on and so forth. This is an opportunity to sell Ghana. I don't know why people are so naturally culture. People are very sensitive about their culture. They say, hey, don't say this about my culture. They say, don't say this about my culture. But if you come to the voter age right now, I speak Anglo, but somebody speaks Bodoma, somebody speaks Tong, but they are all mutually intelligible. Now, how do we do this? How do we promote this? We look at what does this mean in your language? Why do you say it that way? Why do you say it that way? Now we are calling people into conversation. We are drawing attention to the richness of the language that we all have. You see, even in Accra, when someone from Gamani speaks Ga, versus somebody maybe around Brown speaks Ga-Adangbe, correct me if I'm wrong, you realize that there's this slight difference in there.
Yeah.
And these are the things we should be interested in, because we have language experts in Ghana, the linguistics experts and whatnot. These are the things we need them to help us with, so that we push the agenda of Ghana as a culturally rich country with different people who have managed to live in peace for so long a time.
Yeah, because there was a time I met some Icelandic tourists. And at the time, I wanted to study in Iceland. I wanted to do my PhD there. And so they were telling me that the Icelandic government actually have a language committee of a sort. So that every new phenomenon that comes up, these people sit down to decide on how it will be called in the Icelandic language. So, for example, there's a new word, let's say AI. How would they call it? Or artificial intelligence. How would they call it in the language? So there are a group of people that actually sits to decide on some of these things. But in our conversation, I just want to digress just for 1 minute. You all mentioned the erosion of our Ghanaian language, which I believe has become one of the major problems. Now, our children can't even speak their language impeccably. I am Ga. You are Ga. She be ken papa and papa you are ken you Ga say. What that means is that I'm Ga. I speak Ga. But usually when I speak to my father thinks that I don't speak good Ga. I speak like a very bad Ga, And we are seeing this happening a lot of the time. Most of our children cannot even speak our local language. And that is becoming a very big problem. How do we address this problem? Especially you, Dr. Lorna, when you were speaking, you mentioned that there are some schools that have stopped teaching Ga, and somebody had to take their child to Teshi to learn the language. How did you arrive here?
Yes, that's the, like I said earlier on, that's the root of the issue, And I think that we can't just wait for governments to, for instance, asking governments to change the Akwaaba and put the Oobake there. It must start, from the roots, from where we start teaching our children. Do we have programs within our Ghanaian languages? If we put Accra, if we focus on Accra, the Ga language, what are the programs, what are the activities that attract children? Do you get it? Mm-hmm. If we wait for them to grow and we want to push it, it won't work. Something must be done from the beginning. You see that something must be done from the beginning. Most of the things that we do teach in our children at the lower level, is it the moral, religious and moral education? Much of it is concentrated on the religion. You read these books and you see them talking about Christianity, Islamic, and something small about tradition. So at that level, it doesn't really have any value for our children, right? So I think that from the beginning, we must start with little things, both from us, the parents, the leaders in the society or in our communities, our chiefs, and then all the way to the government side. We can't force it. We can't push it. At the moment, we need to pull people into the idea Did you get it? For
Yeah.
instance, what I was talking about, if you go to the art center, you see this, sash, and all of it on it is Akwaaba. People sell what they know people want to buy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't force them to by force make their Oobake there. You must create something around the Oobake that will make people request for it. And then those who are selling will now want to sell it. You get it? So it must start from the beginning, from when we are all kids, and then as we are growing, we develop our own love for it, and then we will move towards it. And I
Right.
think that the Ghana people are beginning to see that, but they must be very careful in terms of trying to make it look like it's our land, so we want this, we want this. No, you must do it in a gradual way. Let everybody love it.
Yeah.
You see the thing, then they will accept it.
And
but
I
don't force it.
I think that's the the major conversation is between the Akan group and the Ga people. Of course, the Akan ethnic group makes up to 45% to 50% of the Ghanaian population, and of course, the most predominantly spoken language in Ghana is Twi, and so that makes so much sense. And I think that maybe the Akan group also shouldn't see it as though they don't like our language and they are bringing a new language. No, we should see the diversity here. And I have a message from James who says that this is Ghanland, so there should not be a problem changing Akwaaba to Oobake. Cecilia also sent a message and says that I don't see any problem with this. I mean, it's fine if they want to change the name from Akwaaba to Oobake. That is okay. After all, we live in Accra. In Accra, the land belongs to the Ga people. I have another message from Chichre. Hey, this one is very difficult. It says Chichre something. It says, I don't know who ever started the Oobake agenda, but it seems the person has succeeded in at least making it popular at the moment. To me, as a Ghanaian language specialist, Wezon from the Ewes is more popular than Oobake, but Akwaaba is from Akan. Akwaaba from Akan tops it all. Well, these are some comments coming in. William, well, where are we on this conversation? Do you think that government should, sit down and listen to what the Ga people are asking for, because this is their land, and if they want the signages on a lot of the major tourist sites, that should be done?
Well, like Lorna said, I agree with her totally that yes, it is their land. But whilst they are at it and say signage should be changed to Oobake, we should consider that there are other people here. And so we need to satisfy all these people. Now, mind you, all these other people have businesses in Accra, right? All these people have families in Accra. They have concessions in Accra. Some of them are actually born in Accra. So if you are born in Accra, what does that make you? If I'm from the Volta region, I was born in Accra, what does that make me? Does that make me an indigenous of Accra? I mean, if you have to go by the assertion that where you are born is your hometown, if I was born in Accra, then Accra is my hometown, isn't it? Except that my parents may not be done by birth. You see, so I think that they should be tactical and probably diplomatic in their demands. Yes, Oobake must be represented. In that same vein, all other languages that can, appear on the signage could also be represented. Because you see, the airport is.
But don't we? Are we not risking the fact that since it's an international airport, now you have Oobake, you have Akwaaba there. Then now the Ewe caucus will also get up and say, it's an international airport. Put Wezon there. Right. Then there's Dagomba people will come and say, well, it's an international airport. We also use it. We also want people to know the Dagomba language. So put this there. And so would that not create like a major problem for us?
No, I don't think so. Because you see, I think that in Ghana we have certain languages that are considered, teachable.
Official.
Yes, official. That is the word. Official languages in Ghana. So what is wrong with making 7 official languages in Ghana appear there? That yes, the country during which I'm coming, they have 7 official languages. But behind these 7 official languages, there are a myriad of languages that we can look into. Because mind you, the Ever Bible is written by Germans. Is that not interesting?
Yeah.
Yes. If the ever Bible is written by Germans, right?
I see.
And they are coming to coming to Ghana through Accra, and they come and see, oh, where's all? Well, we wrote this. So probably, you see, and like I said earlier, it allows us to further interrogate, the beauty of language. I mean, if we have like 8 languages that are official and everyone is represented there, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because there are researchers or there are people who are interested in these languages. You understand? And might look at it as an avenue to further problematize, academics within the field.
Right.
And make everything look, exciting to you. So when I come and Dagoma is this, the tourist or the person who has just come to the country goes home, or if you go to Ghana and you want to say, welcome in Dagomba, this is how you say it. So when you come to Accra and you travel to the north, you can interact with the northern people using this space. Is it not beautiful?
Well, there's a message from Mamiesi. Mamiesi says anyone who has an issue with it should ask themselves, if they go to their villages and write Wezon or Oobake at their airports or any other regional edifice, how would they feel? Accra is for everyone doesn't mean the natives should be lost in their own land. And this is one of the conversations that have been going on, that most of the people feel that they have been disrespected a lot of the time and they've not been given their due most of the time. And so this is the time for us to listen to their demand.
Yeah, I think Mamiesi is right in a sense that, I quite remember those days during the independence celebrations. We had the Ulomo coming to pray, the traditional prayer.
Yeah.
Even though we have the libation can be poured in or can be said in so many other Ghanaian languages.
Yeah.
But it was the Ulomo who prayed or who poured libation on behalf of the traditional people or on behalf of our tradition. Because Accra is Ga-Adangbe. Do you understand? So
Yeah.
even though Accra is for all of us, all right, or we are all here in Accra, but now Accra is like the capital. Still, it belongs to some people. Who are the Gans? Do you understand? So I think that they have every right to say that their way of saying welcome. I mean, whatever the case is, if you are coming to Ghana, you step on the Garland first.
Yeah.
So if they say that they want the Oobake to be used, I don't see anything wrong with it in a way. But I'm also thinking that we ourselves, all of us have allowed the Akwaaba to stay. And we've accepted it. It's not international. So we can't just throw it away. We should allow it to coexist with the Oobake.
So a friend of mine just sent me a message and said that, okay, in Accra, we have Akwaaba. So if we add the Oobake to it, it won't be bad. However, when we go to the Prempeh first airport in Kumasi, which shows Akwaaba, should we also advocate so we can add Oobake to it in Kumasi?
No. I think that, like as we said earlier on, Accra has become cosmopolitan. It's even though it's the Garland, there are other tribes or other languages being used in Accra. So in a sense, if Akwaaba has become synonymous to welcome from Ghana or of Ghanaian origin, then the Oobake should be added to it to represent the land that we are all on. Currently, if you go to Tamale, the airport has the welcome in their language.
Yeah.
Yes. I think I've forgotten, but I think the last time I saw it was in their language.
Yes, it is actually in their language.
Then if you go to Kumasi, it's Akwaaba and it makes sense.
Yeah.
And if you come to the whole one, it's Wezo, and it makes sense. And I think if one is built in Sunyani, how they want it to be they can also decide. Do you understand? So the Accra one, now Accra belongs to all of us.
Yeah.
But it does not mean there are no owners of Accra.
Yeah.
You get it? So I think that they should be allowed to coexist. The Oobake and then the Akwaaba. I don't mind if we don't add the Wezo and the other ones. We can use those ones in the other regions. But if everyone agrees and wants the Wezo to be added, fine. But I don't mind. But I think that the Oobake must be added.
Yeah.
I think the guns deserve it. They must be added.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Inam, let me take your final words as we are almost at the tail end of the show.
Yeah. All I want to say is that we are one people.
Yes.
We are one people. The armed forces of Ghana is made up of everybody.
Yeah.
Equal representation of everybody, regardless of wherever you come from. And the headquarters is in Accra.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And they have found a way of, creating a sort of symphony, some peace,
Yeah.
regardless of where everybody comes from. They speak different languages, but their trainings are the same. Their tactical movements are same.
Yeah.
And that's the language that they have all come to accept as part of their work. So if we are in Accra and looking at the tourist potential of this, why is it so difficult to say, oh, in Accra, everybody is represented? This is how everybody says A, B, C, D, E, officially. But if you go into the details or intricacies of the matter, you realize that there are a million languages and they equally have different ways of saying it.
Yeah.
So that is out for you to, that is just heighten the curiosity of you, the tourist, you, the Ababio, or you, the returnee, or whoever has come into the country.
Yeah.
So let us find common ground. Enjoy the fact that we are different people with different cultures. See the beauty in the culture, in the language that each person has. And I think that will be good. We will be good.
Well, thank you very much. WK Jiwanu Novo Willie Nam Kwame Jiwanu Novo. Thank you for speaking to us, and also Dr. Lorna Kanko Edu Debra. Thank you so much for having. We are so excited to have you on the show today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Well, we have been talking to Dr. Lorna Kanko Edu Debra and WK Jiwanu Novo on the subject matter that has been trending over the last week, and where, of course, the new gun word is making waves everywhere. Oobake, and everybody is talking about it.
You're tuned in to Z 101.9 FM, your lifestyle, leisure, and business radio.
Problem there, better call Jesus. I'm only big man, not a ball on me. I watch your face.
Well, it's been such a very lovely afternoon.
Everything could have been lovely.
We've had very, very, very wonderful conversation. Well, joining me on the show today was Dr. Lorna Kanko Edu Debra, and also WK Jiwanu Novo, who is also a PhD candidate at the University of Ghana African Studies Department. And at some point in time, we also heard the voice note from Ken or Saki. Well, it's been such a wonderful afternoon, and whether we want the name changed or not, I think that we should look at the positive part of this. We're learning a new gun word, and for all those at the Art and Craft Center, this is actually a very good business opportunity for you to create some more souvenirs using the word Oobake. Well, let's popularize the word. There's something I learned recently. I actually put the word in AI to ask it what it means. AI actually didn't know it. He had to tell me that it's some Japanese word. I waited for a couple of hours and then I asked it again. And guess what? Finally, AI knew it. So it means that a lot of people are asking AI a lot of questions, and now AI is also learning this new word. Yes. AI is learning it. So we all learning this new Ghana word, Oobake. And so let's popularize the word. Let's make people know about it. These days, we also have to say Oobake to Ghana. There's nothing wrong using Akwaaba. And there's nothing wrong using Wazon. And there is absolutely nothing wrong using Oobake. Yes. The Ga land belongs to the Ga people. So if they want us to include it, why not? And so I'd like to say a very big shout out to all my Ga people inside Osu and Labadi. And to my Labadi people who are about to celebrate the Homowo Festival, a very lovely afternoon to all of you. We are inviting everybody to join the La people as they are about to celebrate their Homowo Festival very soon. And so get the date and of course jump in. Let's just enjoy our history. Let's enjoy our culture. There is beauty and diversity in the Ghanaian culture. There is no need for us to fight. There is no need for us to think that our language is superior to another person's language. No language in Ghana is inferior to another. Yes, the Akan language may be the most predominantly known ethnic group in Ghana. I mean, the Chi language may be the most predominantly spoken language in Ghana. But that doesn't make it superior to other languages. So let's love each other. Let's enjoy our culture. And it's been such a wonderful afternoon. I'm just so thrilled to have spent this afternoon with you. My name is Niai Solomon. I do this and every Saturday between the hours of 1 to 2 p.m. So don't worry. You just have to log on to Z101.9 FM on every Saturday 1 to 2 p.m. on the show Roots and Routes. I've had a swell day. I wish you all the very best. And to all my Chelsea fans, yes. You're selling all your players, including Nicholas Jackson, but you're still banging in the goals. So if you're a Chelsea fan, I'm told you guys won 2-0. And so see you next week. Enjoy yourself and let's have a wonderful day.
You're tuned in to Z 101.9 FM, your lifestyle, leisure, and business radio.